Brawl Stars, Supercell's renowned mobile multiplayer, online battle arena, and third-person hero shooter game, has been hugely successful since its release. The game has captivated millions of players worldwide with its dynamic gameplay, diverse characters known as Brawlers, and a multitude of game modes. However, like all long-running games, it had its fair share of controversy and considerable dissatisfaction among its player base. This leads us to today's video, where we take a look at the top 10 most detested items in Brawl Stars history, ranging from controversial updates to disliked characters. Number 10. Overpowered and hated brawlers at launch. Supercell frequently introduces new brawlers who are initially overpowered, resulting in an imbalanced and frustrating gameplay experience. When a brawler is released overpowered, it might dominate battles, making it difficult for other players to participate unless they have the same brawler. This problem has repeatedly arisen, with famous examples including brawlers Leon, Rosa, and Surge. Such an imbalance pushes players to either focus on gaining the new brawler or face a huge disadvantage, which disrupts the game's natural progression. Furthermore, Brawl Stars recently polled players to choose the most obnoxious brawler. The poll yielded numerous intriguing results. Ash, Bonnie, Penny, and Max were some of the brawlers who scored less than 10 votes for being annoying. Surprisingly, tanks like Carl and Pam were also deemed less obnoxious. Moving up the irritation scale, brawlers such as Cordelia receive 191 votes, Piper receive 293 votes, and Kit receive 390 votes, rounding out the top 10 most annoying brawlers. Crow, notorious for his bothersome poison shots, finished 7th with 390 votes. Mo, Edgar, Tick, Larry, and Lori rank as the top 4 most obnoxious brawlers. Mo, despite not being a top-tier brawler, garnered an incredible 990 votes. Edgar, recognized for his user-friendly mechanics, finished 3rd with 1,212 votes. However, the ultimate winners were Larry and Lori, the evil twins, who received 2,773 votes, making them the most unpleasant brawlers in Brawl Stars. Number 9. Toxic teaming in Showdown. Showdown, a battle royale mode in which players compete to be the last brawler remaining, has been plagued with teaming. In this game, players create unofficial alliances to obtain an edge, which contradicts the mode's lone competitive nature. Teaming damages the game's integrity, which frustrates players who want fair competition. Despite Supercell's various efforts to address this behavior, teaming remains a difficult subject. One Reddit user, Roy the Copa Boy, lamented, "Unfortunately, teamers love ruining Showdown. It seems like teaming up is a common complaint among players, affecting the game's overall experience." Many people like Dear Dimension 1728 have felt betrayed in Showdown due to teaming concerns. Their story was this: "One time I decided to team up with a Cordelius and he ended up betraying me, obviously." This emphasizes the poisonous dynamics that may occur in the game mode. Another user, miserable_pay6887, dismissed Showdown as a torture game mode and avoided it totally. This feeling echoes the frustration some players have with the mode. Brawl Stars' Showdown mode appears to elicit a wide spectrum of feelings from its users, with some enjoying the survival challenge, while others loathe the teaming troubles that afflict the game. Number 8. Pay-to-win perception. The inclusion of microtransactions and the pay-to-win perception have been major causes of concern. While Brawl Stars is free to play, players can spend in-game currency to unlock brawlers, skins, and other benefits faster. Pay-to-win has lots of advantages. Pay to instantly unlock the most powerful meta brawlers, which would normally take a long time to unlock. Another advantage is that you can pay for gadgets and other perks that cost a lot of gold, and there are several per character, so it takes time to unlock them all. That's a significant edge. That's pay to win. Pay for the Fight Pass, which unlocks characters that free-to-play players will not have access to at least for a season. Unlocking may take much longer with chromatics. That's another significant edge. That again is pay to win. Finally, pay for the Brawl Pass, and you'll accumulate resources considerably faster than free-to-play players. This brings another advantage. In general, this creates a discrepancy between paying and free players, resulting in an environment in which money has a considerable impact on gameplay success and progression. Number 7. Matchmaking issues. Brawl Stars matchmaking has long been a source of frustration. Players frequently find themselves in matches against opponents or teammates with significantly varying skill levels. Ever wondered why you're being paired up with players who seem way out of your league in Brawl Stars? In Brawl Stars, matchmaking is mostly dependent on your individual brawler trophies and total experience. However, the large player population and variety of game styles might not make things difficult. The system does its best to locate a fair match, but you may be paired with opponents with much greater or lower skill levels. This causes include the time of day you're playing, the brawler you've selected, and the game mode. This blend can sometimes result in less than optimal matchups. For example, Worlds Apart 131, an active and seemingly average gamer, raises the problem during a talk about playing the game with his kid. According to him, the matchmaking algorithm pits him and his son, whom he deems a less capable player, against 3 opponents on his level, resulting in an adverse outcome the majority of the time. This can result in one-sided games that are either too simple or extremely difficult, reducing both enjoyment and competitive balance. Unbalanced matchmaking is especially noticeable in modes like Power League and high trophy games when the stakes are great. Number 6. Rewards adjustments. Supercell's many changes to incentives and progression systems have occasionally been met with criticism. Changes that result in lower rewards for the same level of effort are especially controversial. They removed probability with boxes. Luck was a better system, even in the long run. You'd get the brawler eventually, but you can get it on the same day it's released. And it wasn't as horrible as the Brawl Stars developers made it seem. With probability removed and the introduction of chroma credits, they made chromatic brawlers locked behind an expensive wall, whether it cost you money or time. With probability, most people unlock chromatics after reaching the 30th tier without buying a pass. Now, without a pass, an F2P player will have to wait 4 to 6 months to unlock that brawler. Furthermore, it brought frustration as it became time-consuming and pricey to unlock newer brawlers. It has only been a couple of years since the game's release, but it only took me 1.5 years to reach the level cap of 9. Following the level 11 upgrade, I was recently able to max out my account level by sticking to a rigorous strategy using the box system. But according to Kyra's video, a new player will need 7 years to max out a new account. This seems horrible since the new system is harmful to the new audience. For example, changes to the Trophy Road, Brawl Pass, or Star Point systems that appear to make it more difficult to win in-game awards can feel like a betrayal to dedicated players who have invested a large amount of time in the game. Number 5. Gadget and Star Power mechanics. The introduction of gadgets and star powers added depth to Brawl Stars, but also brought about significant balance issues. Some gadgets and star powers are perceived as game-changing, giving certain brawlers an unfair advantage. When these mechanics are not balanced properly, they can lead to frustrations, especially for players who haven't unlocked them and find themselves at a consistent disadvantage. For example, many players express disdain for Kit's invisibility gadget and Showdown star power, making him nearly impossible to combat effectively. The Brawl Stars community feels Kit is overpowered, especially when likened to other strong brawlers, like Edgar. Furthermore, the balance changes were just dropped, and pretty much all of the number-based gadgets and star powers were buffed. Some more than others. Some got buffed with 20%, others with more than 100%. In some opinions, most of these feel really weird. Some were buffed more, while they were the better star power from a good brawler, others were nerfed while they were the worst star power from a bad brawler. This felt very random. For example, Lola's heal star power was boosted 107%, and it was the most used star power following the buff, even in Heist. Ash's chill pill gadget was buffed by 25%, despite the fact that Ash is considered a rather mediocre tank right now. This has led the user NoIce_man and others to advocate for the gadget's removal, citing imbalance compared to similar abilities and its impact on matches. Number 4. Lag and server problems. Lag and server issues have been a big source of discontent for the Brawl Stars community. In a game that requires split-second choices and precise control inputs, lag can destroy the experience. A typical Brawl Stars server failure. Of fact, this is cited as the most severe issue in all of Supercell's games, yet it only occurs frequently in Brawl Stars. From the player's perspective, there are numerous instances in which this one destroys a vital game. This unstable communication phenomenon also occurs when the player's device or network state is poor. However, the issue here is on the game server side. Server issues that cause disconnections or delays might result in unfair losses, reducing player development and enjoyment. It's a problem that Supercell cares about, but it's unclear if it can be solved. According to the Q&A of the official Brawl Stars official, the management team is seriously considering the network instability issue. However, it is explicitly noted that it is a very tough problem to address. Number 3. Limited time skins and offers. The introduction of limited time skins and special offers has been a double-edged sword. While these exclusives can be exciting, they also create a sense of urgency and fear of missing out, or FOMO. Players may feel pressured to spend real money to acquire these items before they disappear. This can be particularly frustrating for younger players or those who prefer not to spend money on the game. Furthermore, some of these exclusive skins are not great skins. For example, Shelly has much better skins, but Star Shelly is used because she is exclusive and rare. Remove that, and her skin then becomes overshadowed, and then both the new purchasers and the old ones lose out. Another example is a user who had 18 drops, and yet he didn't get any skin. Meanwhile, his brother who had 12 drops got 4 skins. This is discouraging to the user since the user would be competitive and would win 60 wins and more than 200 wins on average, and still doesn't get any skin, while his brother, who is less competitive, is able to get the skins. This discourages most players who put the time and effort into the game. Number 2. Event rotation and Brawl Pass task. Event rotation and the tasks associated with the Brawl Pass can be repetitive and sometimes tedious. Tasks that require players to use specific brawlers or win in particular modes can disrupt normal gameplay routines, and force players to engage with aspects of the game they may not enjoy. This can lead to a sense of a chore-like obligations rather than fun, spontaneous play. Even rotation and Brawl Pass tasks in Brawl Stars are controversial with players for a variety of reasons. For starters, even rotating chores frequently require players to engage in game types that they may not love or are proficient at, resulting in frustration and a poor gaming experience. For example, having to play Showdown instead of Gem Grab or Heist can be discouraging. Second, Brawl Pass chores can sometimes take a significant amount of time and effort, potentially benefiting players who spend more time in the game. This might generate a sense of injustice, especially for casual or time-constrained players who struggle to accomplish the chores required for advancement. Furthermore, some chores may appear monotonous or mundane, lowering the overall enjoyment and excitement of gameplay. Number 1. Balance changes and nerfs. Frequent balancing changes and nerfs, while vital for the game's health, can be frustrating when they affect favored brawlers. Players devote time and resources to upgrading individual characters, only to find them substantially diminished following a balancing update. This can lead to emotions of wasted effort and disillusionment, especially if a once powerful brawler is rendered virtually unusable. The recent balance changes in Brawl Stars have stirred up a storm within the community. Some players are overjoyed with the improvements to lesser played brawlers, while others believe the nerfs might have been more refined. For example, Piper's improvements have sparked controversy, particularly her enhanced mobility and damage output. Some players embrace the changes, while others believe Piper's dominance might have been reduced more. IcyGuest2794, a Reddit member, posted an intriguing balance change concept that has sent the Brawl Stars community into a frenzy. The revised adjustments are intended to address earlier concerns and improve gameplay balance. While some users applaud the initiative, others are suspicious about the effects of these changes. User Bivaki supports the proposed buff for Hank, calling it a vital move. On the other side, Cat_Joseph envisions an intriguing scenario in which a Chester stuns players throughout the game but never causes harm. Furthermore, Hydra466 acknowledges the positive adjustments but is concerned that Kit will continue to rule the meta. GD Matiku supports a nerf for Paco, but Swashbuckler_Kanya considers the suggested modifications to Pennypin odd. This means Supercell needs to do something. In conclusion, while overpowered brawlers, toxic teaming, pay-to-win perceptions, matchmaking issues, reward adjustments, gadget mechanics, lag, limited time offers, event tasks, and frequent balance changes have all been sources of irritation. They also reflect the evolving nature of Brawl Stars. The ongoing dialogue between Supercell and its player base continue to shape the game's future, ensuring that Brawl Stars remains a dynamic and engaging experience despite its occasional missteps. That's it for today, and thanks for sticking around! Don't forget to like, comment on what you hate on Brawl Stars, and subscribe for more Brawl Impact.